All right, everybody. I decided I posted uh, created Hangout and announced a time, and I realized that often when we get around to these battles, we're not all attacking at the same time. We don't have the same windows of time to devote to it on these weekend wars. So I thought maybe the best thing for me to do would be to just record a few comments about our current opponents. So. Um, I would love feedback on this, and maybe in the future we can get some of our more experienced team players. By the way, I am Scott Purcell, Rick Thomas, uh, and my ID is my in-game name. I think I just did Rig. I don't remember what. I don't even remember how I play. Um, but at any rate, I am one of the probably yeah. It's Rick Thomas, so you should know that. I should know that. So at any rate, I'm one of the probably medium experience on the team, or probably still kind of low end, but not at the absolute bottom. And anytime we have new, less experienced people coming in, I see them making some of the same mistakes that I made in the past. So I thought maybe if we record a few of these and offer them up for people to watch, it will get us off to a stronger start. So I'm going to start with analyzing our opponents from the bottom, and I'm only going to go up about halfway because above that I haven't had a lot of experience playing at that level and don't have a lot of tips. And probably those of you who would need an analysis of those cities, you know what's going on by now. So looking at their number 15 opponent here, and it looks like my mouse pointer is not showing up in the screen share. So let me see if I can figure out how to make that work. Um, well, at any rate, let's just say that as we look at we'll notice that on this map, and we see all three corners except the top. And I presume I notice that they've carefully put something at each corner and each edge and at the top. One of the tips I have for being able to three-star an opponent when you might otherwise have only gotten close is be very aware before you attack of whether or not they have things in the corners. Because if you deploy your forces all in the center, you wipe out everything in the center. You've got your 2 stars. We want to wrap up a 3 star. You can find yourself in the scenario where the last thing that your forces take out is on a corner of the city core. And so from there, all of your forces, fast or slow, march to the nearest corner, and then from there to the next nearest corner, and then they work their way. And often you'll find that they do not split up as you'd like them to. So the best treatment for this would be to put a single archer on everything on the corners or the edges. That's probably actually not the first thing I recommend. That's going to be the second thing I recommend, although it doesn't, the order there doesn't matter too much. Second thing to do on some of these low end villages is to identify their clan castle. And you can see it's there on the right side next to their town hall. And they've got it back behind a few buildings, but not so far back. You should, if you were to drop an archer attacking one of those gold mines or elixir collectors, that should trigger their clan castle forces to come out, and then you can see what you've got. Now, the way I would attack this as a lower level player, I would drop maybe two different archers nearest as near as I could get to that clan castle. That would draw out their forces. Then I would drop another archer at the what do we call this thing? the oh, good grief! I'm drawing a blank. Where we train troops, you go to the far right corner and drop an archer out there. What will happen then is the clan castle forces will come out, and by that time, in a very short order, your two archers are probably dead. But then those troops that are now outside the clan castle, they're going to recognize you. You've got another uh, unit over attacking uh, on the far right, and they'll start to march over there. Once they get sufficiently away from the defenses of the city, your mortar, your cannon, then you can start to surround those clan castle forces with more archers. And at this level of a city, you're unlikely to need more than, I think 20 is generally quite adequate. Just don't bunch them up. Don't have them all in the same place, because depending on what type of unit it is, if it's a let's see, a wizard, I think they have area effects, and certainly a dragon. And the dragon wouldn't be in this clan castle, but at a higher level, they have area effects. So you want to spread them out a little bit so that one blast doesn't take out multiple of your attackers, but that'll kill the clan castle troops. Now, the next thing that you'd want to do at this level is you wouldn't have spells at this point, so you're looking just at either giants or maybe balloons. And balloons might be a good thing to request in your own clan castle. So what I would probably do here is I would load up for my own troops. I'd load up on a fair number of giants, at least 20 archers, and then in my clan castle, I'd probably ask for a high-level balloon or two. And then I would attack on the side nearest that archer tower. What you want to do is have your giants go through the wall, take out just the tower. By that time, the mortar and the two cannons might have taken out some or all of your giants, but that won't matter, because once you get that archer tower out, there is nothing else on the map that's going to stop a balloon. And you can drop your balloons, let them go take out the other forces, and then have whatever's left do the cleanup. So that's how I would take that. Mistakes not to make on a map like this: don't fail to clear their clan castle first, and don't forget about the corners and edges. All right, moving on from that, let's take a look at 14. 14, let's take an assessment of what's here. Notice there is nothing in the corners, so we don't have to worry about that. For their defenses, we have an anti-aircraft, we have a wizard tower, we've got 2 archer towers, we've got 3 cannons, and 1 mortar. Now at this level, I don't recall, oh, we've got 3 archer towers. So this one is going to be a little tricky to attack by air, unless you just have overwhelming force. Or if you take out the air defenses first. Now, the things that you need to be concerned about are air defenses, are the air defense itself, the little missile silos there. Then the wizard towers can attack air targets. The archer towers can attack air targets. And at the level of balloons that you might have at this point, they're not going to withstand that. If you get some high-level balloons in your clan castle, and you've got giants to take down the wizard towers and the archer tower and the air defense, then you've got a chance at a partial, mopping up with balloons. You still always, and on every map, you want to try to draw out the clan castle forces first. This one is a little more interior. You've got to target things a little further out. Probably if you dropped an archer up between the army camp on the upper right and the gold mine just next to it, in that corner that's closest to the archer tower, your archer won't last long, so I'd probably drop 2 or 3 of them there. But that's probably close enough to trigger the clan castle to send troops out. Now, in this case, you don't have a place you can station an archer and have it stay put, because anything you put in the corners, those are going to start moving down towards the village. And so what you'd want to do here is go ahead and put one out in the corner. It's going to start moving towards the town, and those clan castle troops, they're going to go meet it halfway. Then you put another one, they'll kill it. Then you put another one out in the corner. They're going to move towards it. It's going to move towards them, and they'll kill it. But by now, they're probably getting pretty close to that corner. So you can just once again start spreading out archers in a ring around their clan castle troops until you take them all out. probably 20 archers will handle that. Um, and at this point, you're going to want probably what I would do is I was building for this. I'd have a few wall breakers. Um, I would say I um, probably want to definitely try to take out the air defense, the little missiles, and then we'll see how far. This one may be one where you just want to have go heavy giants and get um, maybe giants, or I'm trying to remember what would fit in a clan castle there, but get some high level giants there, and just try to hope that they're going to take out a lot of the defenses. At a low level attacking, this is actually kind of a problematic map, or at least it was always difficult for me. If your town hall allows you to have a dragon, that's going to make it a little easier, but you still got to get rid of some of those air defenses, because depending on the level of the dragon, it can take a lot more abuse than a balloon. But you've got quite a few things on this map that can attack the air. However, keep in mind that if you've got giants going on while a dragon is overhead, then they're going to be diluting the fire. So either those towers are targeting the giants, or they are, or the dragon, but not both at the same time. So the only thing that's always going to be targeting air, always and exclusively, is the air defense. And then the things that are always going to be targeting ground, always and exclusively, are the cannons and the mortars. So tips for this one: draw out the clan castle first, and then just you might want to ask some other people about good strategies. This is a really well balanced base for this level, and it offers some challenges there. All right, our next one, 13. This is the one that in this war is at my I'm ranked at 13 on our team, and this one should be fairly easy, I think. Um, what I'm going to do is largely a dragon attack, but I've got to find a way. Now, I definitely have spells here, and because of where they put their town hall, this should be an easy 1 star, probably 2 star, and then 3 star will depend on being able to get everything. Notice that I do have things in the corners of the map, so I've got to be mindful of that. The clan castle is very much internal. So this is one where it's probably not going to work to draw something out without fully committing a significant number of my troops. So they're going to wait for my attack to get into the defenses before they come out with something that's going to, that they hope, just pulverize what I send at them. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge here. But what I need to do is I'm probably going to use spells against air defenses. And if I position them right, I can probably do some considerable damage, not only to one or more of the air defenses, but also some of the archer towers. So I'm thinking if I were to attacking this right this moment, I would probably go first with a couple of spells directly at the air defense that's right near the middle of the board, and then I would attack with dragons, moving from the right side. I'll put archers in the corners, attack with dragons from the right side of the board, maybe save 1 or 2 for the left side of the board, and should have enough that they will converge on and overwhelm those air defenses. I may ask for bowlers or possibly miners in my clan castle to go take out some of those defenses on the other side. And I think I've got a decent chance of handling that. So challenges for this map: it's going to be real tough to draw at the clan castle. Got to remember not to make a mistake and forget about the things in the corners. But this one gives us an easy 2 star, most likely. All right, then number 12. This is a bizarre map. I don't understand what they're doing with this one. So I believe they're expecting a full-on dragon attack. And so what they've done here is they've got strong defenses. Notice that all of their defenses are upgraded to 4, and that's pretty stout. Um, but what's baffling to me is that they don't have archer towers, wizard towers, or walls. That seems really, really strange. Um, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I would just uh, largely surround this thing with a large number of giants in all directions. That will split up the fire, and so they'll be getting attacked from different ones of the ground defenses. Um, but this looks like a really easy attack. There's nothing in the corners. There is no way to draw out the clan castle. So what I would probably do is I'd build lots of giants on my own, a few other things to mop up, and then have probably a single dragon in my clan castle for this one. This one is actually the one the game recommends as my target, although in the way we normally play, I would be first going after 15 and then 14. In this setup, I really think that 13 and 12 are probably my best targets. So we'll see what other people do, but that's what I'm thinking now. And another bizarre map here. Um, Now, this one seems also an attempt to make it hard to take out the air defenses so that you can't come in with a dragon attack and just wipe everything out. If you put your giants down out here, first of all, anything you deploy is going to have to be far away from the city center. So it's going to be really hard to draw out the clan castle. It's going to be really hard to mop everything up within the 3 minutes that you get in an attack. Um, this one seems to be trying to deprive you of that final that 3 star because giants are slow and they're going to, as long as there are nearby defenses outside the wall, they're not going to go into the wall. Um, the only weakness I see, notice that on the bottom left, the only defense I see is that one cannon. Because those other defenses are so close, I think that rather than go around the corner after those other cannons, I think it would just go into the wall. And so I would probably have a good number of giants. I'd target them at the lower left, hope that they take that cannon out, then go into the wall, and then take out that central core defenses. And at that point, I would hope to have some dragons set aside, probably not a full-on dragon attack, and release dragons around the perimeter of the whole base. And I think um, whether so that would give me a good an easy path to a 1 star because there's really no air defenses. I'd be able to wipe out a lot of stuff without encountering air defenses. But then whether or not I got the 2nd and 3rd star would entirely depend on whether my giants were successful at getting into that center core. So this is kind of a challenging one. All right, and at this level, I have very little experience, so I am going to punt on the rest of this and offer this up for any of our lower level team members who want to learn from this. Would love to have feedback either in the chat in the clan or here on the video. And so we'll call that a day, and good luck with your attacks.